First of all, just find yourself a bit of space. I want you to spread your feet, just spread those toes, and imagine you're pulling up your kneecaps, tucking that tailbone under, and then just breathing into your rib cage. Relax those shoulders, lengthen your neck. So just breathing in and out through your nose. Just bringing a bit of focus to today's session. Leaving everything else out of the room, off your mat. This is just about you and how you are now. So listen to your own body and just do what feels right for you. Let's start then with rising up on those toes and a big circle with your arms. Now taking those arms out at the sides and just have a little twist. Arms relax, so just let them flop as they swing round. Good, coming back to the center, arms reaching up, and this time a little sway, bending through your spine, flexing side to side. Coming back to the center, and this time just rounding that upper back and then extending back. So we're just curling forward, opening back. Lovely. All right, let's take those legs nice and wide. So if you need to adjust your mat, do so. We're just going to transfer that weight. So I want you to push your wrist across one side and then push the wrist as you bring that weight back and across to the other side. So push your wrist across and then push back. Now try and stay low, so we're staying at one level. We're not rising up and down, we're just transferring that weight from one leg to the other. And then coming back to the center, take a big breath in and breathe out as we squat down. Big breath in again as we rise up. Breath out as we squat down. Make sure those knees are pointing the same direction as your toes. Now hold it here. Clasp your hands together. We're going to make a big circle all the way up as you straighten your legs, over to the other side as you bend your knees and across the bottom. So as if you're drawing a big circle with your arms, using the whole of your body. Change direction, come back the other way. And relaxing there. So let's bring those legs back in. Bring your knees together, ankles together, and squat down into our chair pose. Then let's fold forwards. Drop your head. Think lengthen the back of your legs. Take a breath in again, and let's rise back up. Good. Now we're going to bring your right hand across to your left knee. Take a little twist as you look to the side. Rise back up again as we change arms. Bend your knees, you cross your hand over and look to the other side. Make sure your ankles and knees are squeezed together. Rise back up again into our chair. Forward fold. Now bringing your right hand across to your left ankle, lift your left arm. Back to the center. Bring your left hand across to your right ankle and lift your arm. Back to the center. Take a big breath in and rise back up. Good. Now let's bring those hands together into our chair pose. So we're going to twist to the right, bring your elbow across as you place it on your thigh. Try and draw that top shoulder back and top elbow back. Come back to the center. Change sides. So stick your bottom down. Open that top shoulder. And then come back to the center. Take a big breath in and rise. Good. Let's take those legs out wide. So toes pointing forwards. We're going to fold forwards, bringing your hands down onto the floor. So if you can't reach the floor, take your legs wider, or maybe put a little block, a cushion on the floor that you can put your hands on. Think lengthen your neck, lifting your head and chest. And then we're going to continue to twist. So lifting your right arm. Push your tailbone back. Imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs together. Hand back down to the floor, relax. So lift your head and chest, and then lift your left arm. So again, think pushing your tailbone back. Hands back down, and if you can, walk your hands through your legs. Hands to your thighs as you roll back up. Good, just give those shoulders a little roll there. Lovely. Now take your hands in front of you. So you're going to open that right arm, wrap it behind your back. Your left hand comes across to your hip as you just turn your head and shoulders. So my feet are still facing forward, just turning in my upper body. Come back to the center. So hands in front of you. Take your left arm behind you, wrap it round your back, and then bring your arm across as you twist round towards the right. No, your left. Getting me lefts and rights muddled up tonight. And then coming back to the center. Good. Arms lifting up. Turn your heels in, toes out. And let's just squat. So tuck that tailbone under. Draw your shoulders down as you breathe, come a little lower. Rising back up. So, keeping your arms long and straight, let's turn those feet towards the right. So our triangle, you're going to glide through the rib cage, reach, 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 and then turn those arms at the last minute. So keeping that top arm pulled back. Lengthening your neck and think flattening through your ribs. Now as you come back up, we're going to change that to our reverse triangle. So you turn the body and you're bringing your left hand down towards your right leg. And then let's come back up again. Good. All right, let's turn those feet back to the center. Take a nice big breath in again, arms reaching up. Keep your arms apart this time to relax those shoulders. Good. Turn those toes out, heels in. Squat back down again. So arms wider this time. Lengthen your legs and let's turn those toes round to the left. So again, glide your hips back and reach through your rib cage, and then just turning your arms around. So imagine that wall behind you. You want to keep your top hand and shoulder, hips and back in contact with that wall behind you. Pushing firmly into your feet as if you're trying to push your feet apart. Come back up again. So we turn the body, bringing that right hand down towards your left foot. And then let's come back up again. So this time, heels in, toes out, hands at chest level. And you're just going to squat halfway down. So I want you to rest your elbows on your thighs. Now check that your knees aren't rolling in, so push those knees out. Keep your head and chest lifted. And then you can just see if you can transfer the weight across from one foot to the other. Come back up, big stretch. Now take those feet a little bit wider. So we're going to come a lot lower. And again, we're going to transfer the weight across. We're not resting though, so we're just sort of skimming your elbows over your knee. As you straighten one leg, bend the other leg. So coming across from one side to the other. Harder still, walk your hands across. So coming nice and low. Okay, come back to the center and let's have a nice big stretch up. So we're going to turn our body towards the right. So let's turn those feet with us. Right foot pointing to the front of your mat. Left foot just slightly turned in. So coming into warrior one. And again, it doesn't really matter if you're facing a different way from me, whatever fits in your room. Now turn that back foot onto the toes. Find your balance. Hands together. Come down into a lunge with prayer arms. So I'm just going to turn myself so I can see you. So we're in that lunge position there. So your left elbow is going to come across to your right thigh. Now if you need to, put your back knee down on the floor. If you can stay in your lunge, drop your hips lower. Push that back heel away from you. And then let's lower hands to the floor, everyone. Drop that back knee down to the floor. And then lift your hands forwards and up into a nice kneeling lunge. Again, bring that weight forward. Let those hips come forward. So right hand comes down on the inside of your right leg. Wrap your left hand round your back as you twist. Hands back down either side, and let's step in, forward fold. Take a breath in and rise. So, change legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. First of all, just warrior one. Turn that back foot onto the toes, hands together as we lunge down into that prayer position. So again, we're going to twist right elbow across to that left thigh. If you need to, drop your knee to the floor. Hands down, knee down. Kneeling lunge, arms and head lift. Hips sink forward. And then let's bring those arms down onto the inside of your left leg. lifting your right arm, wrap it behind your back. Hands come back down to the floor. We're going to make our way down to the floor. So, just making your way down to the floor. So, let's continue with some twisting. We're going to start off, knees bent, tucking your right leg underneath. And then just crossing that left leg over. So again, if that's not comfortable for you, bring that bottom leg out straight, or if you need to, you can always put a little cushion underneath your hips or underneath that knee. So just take a moment just settling into that pose. Nice tall back, arms are relaxed. And breathe. So let's start with an open twist. We're going to twist round towards the right. Hands just come over to the side. Lift up tall as you twist, trying to look behind you. So think about relaxing that bottom knee. Trying to keep that foot flat on the floor. If you can, take your back hand off the floor and just wrap it around your back. Now let's untwist, come back to the center, and then let's twist round towards the left. So again, we're going to bring that arm over your thigh, stretch up tall. Try and drop your back shoulder and look over to the side or to the back of the room. Now let's come back to the center, arms out. So we're going to bring our right arm underneath, left elbow drops in. So eagle arms, wrapping those arms, either palm to palm or back of hand. Sit up tall. Feel that breath between those shoulder blades. Now let's uncross. Bring your leg in front of you, so you're just crossing legs. Have a little wiggle. And then let's have a fold forwards. And let's roll back up. Give your legs a little shake out. So, bending both knees. This time, tucking your left leg under first. Cross that right leg over. And again, just find a position that's comfortable for you. If you need to, bring that bottom leg out. So let's start with our open twist, round towards the left. Again, relaxing your hip and knee, keeping that length in your spine and neck. If you can, take that bottom hand off the floor, wrap it round your back. Now let's come back to the center. So twisting round to the right, bring your arm over your knee, stretch up tall as you twist. Come back to the center, arms out wide. So this time left arm comes across first, right elbow drops in, wrapping those arms. Unwrap your arms and cross legs. So just adjust your legs. And then let's fold forwards. And let's roll back up. So we're going to come over onto your hands and knees. Threading the needle. On your hands and knees, pick up your right arm. So we're opening into that twist and then threading through, closing that twist. So again, opening up to the ceiling, threading your arm through. Breath in, lifting up. Breath out as we thread through. Now this time, thread the arm right the way across and then lower your shoulder, lower your ear to the floor. Come back up and let's change sides. So reaching up to the ceiling with that left arm, threading through. Breath in, lifting up. Breath out, threading through. Let's hold it this time, reach all the way through. And then as you come back to your hands and knees, we're going to push back up to down dog. So lifting your hips. I want you to lift your right leg up in the air. Bend your knee and imagine you're trying to bring that right heel over to your left bum. So you're starting to open and twist.
And then bring your foot back down to the floor. So let's try that with the other leg. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling first. Bend your knee and then open that hip and knee as you're trying to bring your left heel over to your right bum. And then foot back down again. Have a little stretch back in child's pose. So quite a challenging new move there. So I'm just going to show you that move again so you get a feel of what it looks like. I'll show you it this way around this time. So you're going to be lifting your leg up to the ceiling, bend the knee, and then think open that hip and twist. I'll show you it with the other leg. So leg lifts up to the ceiling, bend your knee, and then think heel across to the other bum, opening and twisting the hip. Okay, we're ready to go again then? Let's go again. So lifting up, right leg, bend your knee, heel towards your bum as you open your knee and hip. Change legs. And then let's have a little stretch back down in child's pose. All right, pushing yourself back up to down dog. And just walking your hands back, sort of wide-legged forward fold. Roll back up as you restack your spine, just taking your time. Little roll of your shoulders. All right, let's try some standing twisting. So, bending those knees, we're going to do eagle legs, crossing your right leg over. So you can have your foot tapped on the floor, you can wrap it against the side of your leg, or you can wrap it around the back of your leg. Try and keep those hips facing forwards though. So bend your knee in order to wrap your leg further. And we'll just clasp our hands in front of us today. Or clasp your wrists. Now as we untwist, step over onto that right foot. Star pose. Now place your foot back down. We're going to change our arms. So arms change and you're going to look towards the back corner now. So we're coming into a twisted star. Now this probably doesn't translate very well on Zoom. So don't worry if you're not quite sure where you're supposed to be looking. Come back to the center. So let's bend those knees again. This time, taking your left leg, crossing it over. So toe on the floor, side of your leg, or sink a little deeper, wrap it around. And let's clasp wrists behind your back. And hold that balance. No. Let's untwist it. So normal star pose, leaning over to the side. So head and chest facing forwards. Land your foot first and think turn your arms around, looking to the back of the room. and then coming back to the center. All right, let's make our way back down to the floor. So we're going to start off then on your back. First of all, lengthen your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knees, you cross ankle to thigh. And then think about pulling that ankle down towards your hip, using your hand just to push your knee out at the side. Now your legs are going to stay there. Take those arms out. We're going to bring that right foot over to the side. So tilting those knees and hips. See if you can bring your foot over to the floor. Now if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, just bring your knees and ankles together in a normal twist. Roll it back to the center. Hands are going to thread around that left thigh and pull in. And then change legs. So left leg lengthens, cross your ankle to right thigh. Pull that ankle down towards your hip and push your knee away from you. So arms out wide as you tilt your foot over to the floor. Roll back to the center, and this time hands thread around your right thigh and pull in. Now placing your left foot on the floor, lengthen your right leg up to the ceiling, a straight leg, gently pulling it towards you. So just tuck your chin again, lengthen the back of your neck, relax your shoulders. Slide that left foot out along the floor. Lift your foot up to the ceiling, change legs, lower your right leg down to the floor. And then just bending both knees. Arms out wide, we're going to go back to that side twist. So twisting your knees to the left. Turn your head to look to the right. And then stretch your top leg over. Bend your knees, roll back to the center. Change sides. Knees twist right, head turns left. Make sure those shoulders are still flat. And then stretch your top leg across. And then coming back to the center. And we're just going to finish with some relaxation. So find yourself a comfortable position. If you need to put anything warmer on, do so. And if you want to switch off any lights, do so. And then just find yourself a comfortable position. So just breathing in and out naturally in your own way. Try and breathe through the nose. So you may have had a busy week last week or this week coming up. You sometimes feel like you're tying yourself in knots. So our session today involved a lot of twisting, reflecting maybe how you feel inside. But the good thing is our twisting practice here helps to massage our internal organs, helping to aid with digestion. We're getting flexibility in our spine, twisting and bending, and opening up those hips. Also opening and twisting in the chest, upper body and our arms, even our head and neck. So if you imagine a sponge or a flannel soaked in water, heavy, and then you wring it out, you twist it to get rid of all that excess water. We've just been twisting. Imagine you're twisting any toxins out of the body. So just breathing, relaxing. Each knot in your body's been unraveled. Feeling as if you've grown an extra inch. As you bring your focus back, take a nice big breath in and out. Have a little wiggle of your fingers and toes. Have a stretch. And then just massaging your back as you have a little hug and a rock. When you feel ready though, let's come back up to sitting.